Good morning, Belen. I'm Benjamin Kier.
And I'm Louis Elias, and welcome to this edition of Wbln in the Middle for February 28th, 2018.
In 2005, Orlando Mendez began walking around Overtown with a backpack full of food and a caring heart. He gave food to the homeless and eventually grew his idea into an organization called Choose Love. Here's their story.
The love is like the elementary. It's like the ABCs. The 1 + 1 is equals 2. You can't talk theology. You can't talk to these people about turning their lives around. You can't talk to anything until you've made them feel that you care. You know that you love them, and we love them.
Living on the streets is not easy, and sometimes you need a little help. Every Tuesday night, rain or shine, members of Choose Love are on the streets to lend a hand.
It's the first part is, helping those who are less fortunate, and the second part is, helping those out here forces me to pray so that I may be humble, I may be compassionate, I may be loving, and especially I not judge. And it's something that's I have to do it the day before, maybe the weekend before, and even right before, and as I'm en route. It forces me to be very faithful because you're confronted with the least fortunate among us.
Choose Love was started in 2005 by Orlando Mendez because Orlando felt that God was doing so much for him and that the homeless needed the same amount of affection he was receiving. So he decided to help.
I felt like, God was doing so much for me at the time and for all of us that we had, so many things that I had felt like I needed to do something, Started around just walking over town with a backpack and some hamburgers and just, walking around asking people if they were hungry and talking to them, getting to know them, getting to see their stories.
Members of Choose Love visit 3 different locations throughout downtown Miami. A truck full of clothes and food is unpacked by faithful volunteers who then pass it out to those in need. A large percentage of the clothes is donated through drives formed by parochial schools among the greater Miami area. The food that is distributed is homemade by a leader of Choose Love, Gabby Cordell. For her, the food is being made for her family.
Yeah, we become family to them. They become family to us. We develop a relationship with them after all these years. We see their triumphs and their failures and their trials and tribulations. We have cried with people. We have, had these people share with us the most horrendous things that we can't even begin to imagine that these people have been through. There's a lot of injustice out on the street.
Although the process is sometimes difficult, all volunteers can agree that the effort is more than worth it when they see the smiles on the faces of those that they have helped.
If you open up your heart to it, you find really, really beautiful people. I always say that this is the real banquet, that Jesus talked about. Come into my banquet, open the doors and let people, this is the party, this is the banquet, this is where it's at. Everything, I don't care how many rosaries you do, I don't care how many times you go to Mass, I don't care, come out here, get close enough, like Pope Francis says, get close enough to smell the smell of the sheep, So that's what we're doing. That's what it's all about.
It's a tough world out there, but still, a little hope shines through. For the Student Television Network, this is Frankie.
Thank you, Frankie. With Lent just beginning, it is a monumental time of the year for Catholics. The Lenten season lasts 6 weeks, which we as Catholics give something up, just like Jesus sacrificed.
What do you celebrate during Lent?
We celebrate that Jesus sacrificed his life for us and that we will make sacrifices for him.
After the tragic events that occurred 2 weeks ago, students from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School are returning to classes today. Many began to realize that MSD would never be the same again as they went into class. Today was a day of realization for many students, faculty, staff, and even parents. It is even sadder to know that 17 students didn't return. Our thoughts and prayers are with those affected.
Shelling and artillery fire continued in Syria's besides rebel-held enclave of eastern Ghouta on Tuesday, interrupting a 5-hour humanitarian pause ordered by Russian President Vladimir Putin, a key ally of the Syrian regime. On Monday, ordered a daily pause of the hostile. Today shows the volunteer group rescuing a number of children from under the rubble.
Hey guys, here's your scoop for today. The STEAM Club will meet today at 3 p.m. in room F219, and the speech and debate meeting will start right at 3 p.m. in 103 SO. Don't be late, guys. That's what's happening around our hallways. Now stay with us as we bring you weather and sports after these messages.
What's up, fellas? We got a beautiful day planned ahead. Look behind me. No rain. Gonna be a beautiful day today. Let's check out the current weather. We've got highs of 84s, lows in the 70s, relative humidity of 68%, winds coming in from the east at 10 miles per hour, partly sunny, precipitation is going to be at 20%. Let's check out the 3-day weather. This Thursday, we're going to be expecting high of 87, lows in the 70s, and that's pretty much how it's going to be for the rest of the weekend, except for Saturday, which is going to be a little bit more chilly with a high of 80 and a low of 60. And mostly sunny for all those days, except for Friday, which is going to be a little bit cloudy, but that's not going to be a problem.
Hey guys, the sports for this week are the Belen Middle School soccer team will both be playing on Saturday. The gold team will be taking on Epiphany, and the blue team will be taking on St. Teresa. The water polo team will be participating in the Wildcat Invitational. The wrestling team will be in the state championship lacrosse. All lacrosse games this Saturday. The blue lacrosse team will play Revere at Gulliver, and the gold lacrosse team will play Gulliver at Gulliver. The JV lacrosse team, Belen Jesuit Collier High School at Hernandez Field, 2 p.m. And the varsity lacrosse team will also be playing Belen Jesuit Collier High School at Hernandez Field at 4. JV baseball will be playing in Cypress Bay School at 12:30 p.m. And the middle school track and field team will run in the Ransom Invitational in Coral Gable. Let's see what's going on in the professional sports, and let's start with the NBA. An amazing night for the Miami basketball. Both the Heat and the Hurricanes were in action. The Hurricanes faced off against Great North Carolina team and won a buzzer beater from half court. In similar fashion, the Heat played the 76ers, and Dwayne Wade hit the game-winning shot with 4 seconds to go. Wade scored 15 in the fourth and scored a season-high 27 points, leading the Heat to a victory. The Miami Heat will be taking on the Los Angeles Lakers Thursday, March 1st at 7:30 p.m. In the MLS expansion will be happening in 2020, with the Miami team also being added to the MLS, among a team from Cincinnati, and a team from Sacramento will also be looming. Now that's all for sports.
Make sure to keep up with us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter for the latest news and updates. Well, that's all your news for today.
Once again, I'm Louis Elias.
And I'm Benjamin Kier, and we'll see you next time on WBLN in the Middle.